All right, friends, it's T and I'm back with your favorite fake coach, JasonBlaha, Strength and Baloney Fitness there. It says he's got a title here. It says non-novice lifters progress will be slow. Progress will be slow. It doesn't mean you stalled. I think he's dumb. Is he not watching my videos or what? I know he's watching them, but he's continuing in this behavior. I don't know why, this fake behavior. But okay, let's review this video.
Hey everybody, it's JasonBlaha here, and today I want to chat with you guys a little bit about, something that people don't seem to understand or think about as they get more advanced, and that's that.
And what is that, Jason, as they get more advanced? What do you mean by more advanced? You mean they come in as a chronic lifter, an endurance athlete, chronically lifting as an endurance athlete now? Is that what you're saying, Jason?
Progress shouldn't be fast as far as the weight that you add to the bar as you get more advanced. Okay?
Oh, he's very concerned about adding weight to the bar and getting better at lifting weights, but not getting naturally stronger, increasing your natural strength through myofibrillar growth. Okay, I understand now, yeah.
People had these ideas once.
I understand it's really hard for people to understand how nature works and the artificial world that we live in. We love to build artificial muscles, sarcoplasmic muscles, eat an artificial diet, live an artificial lifestyle, do artificial things, have artificial friends, live in artificial virtual reality world and all these fake weird things, whatever the fuck people are doing out there. Driving cars, living a very artificial, how should I put it? Your profession is artificial. I'm acting police officer, acting judge. You know what I mean? Acting engineer, acting teacher. You're an actor. You want to be acting. This is all artificial and fake. You are just a human being. You don't know anything. You're born with instincts to survive. You're not born with anything. I don't know anything. That's why I always say, don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know anything because I'm a human being. I was born with instincts. I wasn't born with knowledge, and neither was this guy. You understand me? But we do learn through experiences. That's how we learn. That's all.
They've run a successful novice linear program to where they're able to add weight to the bar every single week, right? They get these.
You want to add weight to that bar, like just to be good at lifting stuff? Just keep adding just keep adding weight incrementally to that bar, a small amount of weight every time you come back. And your body will adapt by giving you these androgen receptors to increase that force production. That's all. That's a kind of artificial strength that isn't based on myofibrillar strength. I mean, you have myofibrillars. It's based on your myofibrillars, the ones that you already have. But you didn't gain more of them to increase your natural strength. To find out what your natural strength is, you'd have to leave the gym for a while. And when that artificial strength goes away within 10, 20 something, whatever days, 30 days, you can figure out what your natural strength is right now. When you come into the gym and you lift something, then you'll know what your natural strength is. See what I mean? So if you keep increasing, if you keep building myofibrillar growth, you can figure out what your natural strength is by regressing every time. You understand me? Just like to see if you build muscle, go away from the gym for a while. If it disappears, it's fake. It's sarcoplasmic. If it stayed, it's myofibrillar. That's all. It's really simple. Get it, man?
Ideas from that.
I think people find it very difficult to understand natural and artificial. What is artificial strength? People say, what are you talking about? Artificial muscle, artificial strength. I'm talking about natural and then artificial. You people do love to do things all artificial in this world. That is the problem. You're living in an artificial environment. It's called man's world. It's called city. It isn't natural.
That they honestly think that sort of progress should be normal forever. And before I get into some of that, what people need to think about is if...
That is silly to try to get better at lifting some heavy weights. That's like you're a factory worker. You're practicing lifting heavy weight boxes. Your body's going to adapt by giving you androgen receptors. They ain't going to give you muscles. Look, you're coming in every day. You're coming in chronically lifting every day. You're lifting something. Your body's not going to give you any muscle. Muscles have to be injured. They can't be injured every time you come in there. It's just stupid. Okay, and then they have to go through a repair and a remodeling phase when they're injured, so that they can increase the cells, and then those cells get bigger when protein synthesis exceeds its breakdown. That's why it's very difficult to build myofibrillar growth. It's based in the natural world. It isn't based on the phony, fake, artificial, goofy world, the goofy shit world, get it? The stupid shit, lifting heavy weight shit. Androgen receptor compensation, because your body needs to carry you through a famine. Why the fuck would it give you muscles? So it'll compensate you by getting better at lifting these things by giving you androgen receptor strength. How do you think when people are under a boulder and the boulder's falling on them and all of a sudden they can lift a boulder, they get an influx of what? Adrenaline. Get it, man? It's a safety measure. It's a defense mechanism. Your body sends out these things as defenses to defend itself. So it compensates you with androgen receptors for that maximum force production. It ain't going to give you muscle because it's defending from giving you muscle. So it could carry you through a famine. It'd rather give you fat than give you any muscle. And when you starve yourself, the very first thing that's going to go is fat. You want to lose fat? It's really simple. Just starve yourself like everybody else. And you're going to lose fat. The muscle won't go first because your body's got to keep the muscle in the bone so that you can go out and kill an animal. You understand? It's got to keep you alive. That's its job, your body, to keep you fucking alive, man. That's all. So all of these things are defense mechanism. What you're doing here in this gym, your body's compensating with defenses, but you don't understand that. You go, oh, I lifted a heavy weight. I got a raise in testosterone. Yeah, it's raising testosterone. It's a defense mechanism, duh. Or some growth hormone coming out or some shit. This oxidative stress and shit and all that, proliferating satellite cells so that they can what? Wear out? This is stupidity. You understand me? Oh, and I gotta lower my body fat. I gotta keep, lifting. I gotta keep lifting body fat. I gotta look good for everybody. Fitness. Jason Blaha is insane. Do you understand me?
Your progress just slowed down a little bit. Just slow down a little bit.
He's absolutely stupid.
The math on this. Yeah, when you're a novice and you're adding 5 pounds to all your lifts or more every single week,
Every week you add 5 pounds to your lift. Okay. I don't know, 2.5, 5 pounds maybe if you're lucky. Yeah, you're young. If you're young, it's going to work way better than an old person.
Was 50% of that was sustainable.
And the reason is because old people have taken on so much cellular damage and senescent cells, they haven't gotten rid of them. It's just accumulating. It's like accumulating junk in your home, and you haven't removed the junk. And then they call you a hoarder.
Think about how strong you would be on everything within a few years.
Yeah, how strong you will be on everything. And guess what? When you leave the gym, within 10 days, that force production is going to go away, bro. Get it? Because it wasn't based on myofibrillar natural strength, your natural strength. You never gain any natural strength. You built a bunch of fake strength to be good at lifting. You got good at lifting, like gymnastics. You practice at gymnastics, you get good at doing gymnastics. You practice at swimming, you get good at doing swimming. Yeah, when you don't do gymnastics for a while, you're not going to be good at it. Believe me, you're going to have to come back and practice all over again. Because your body is going to go back to something called homeostasis. Get it? That's all. Yeah.
I mean, let's say you could put 5 pounds on the bar every 2 weeks. Say on your sets of 10 on your bench press, right? Or your sets of 5. That's not practical beyond even the last half of the first year. It's just simply not going to happen. Why? Because how much weight is that? 5 pounds every 2. Let's say you only do it a little less. 20 times a year you add 5 pounds. Okay, so let's say, at the end of that first year, you can do 10 reps of 135 on the bench, and then you continue to add 5 pounds. If that, a little bit less than half that rate, that's 100 pounds a year. Okay, so within 3 years, add 300 to that. 435 pounds for sets of 10.
Yeah, it took you all those years to get good at lifting this weight, right? Your body's the same and everything. The composition hasn't changed. And then all of a sudden you get busy, you want to do a sport, or you got to go away, or you're working, and all that shit that you built up went away. It faded away. You go back to the gym, you try to squat 500, you can barely do 200. Because it wasn't based on your natural strength. It was based on myocytic androgen receptor strength, fake strength. Get it?
How many people on the face of the earth can do 10 reps with 435? You see anybody doing it 4 years into training? Come on.
Natural people? I don't know. I haven't seen anybody. I didn't see anybody. They're practicing at doing that.
It's insane. Nobody's doing that.
I don't know. Depends. If they're a big person, 7'5" or something, they're a fucking giant. Maybe they can. I don't know. I haven't seen that. Okay? I'd have to ask them, can you do that? You'd have to ask them to see what their natural strength is. A lot of people have natural strength. Gorillas have natural strength, 4,000-pound fucking bench, and they have the strength of 20 men. Okay? Hello? They're not practicing. Okay?
Number of people who can do 10 reps with that, in the world, you can probably count on one hand who can do legit reps with that.
How do you know? Are you talking about natural or a person that practiced? What are you talking about?
Okay, that might be an exaggeration. Back over to the point. None of them have done it in that time frame. So
that's why I call him a lifting slave. I call him a lifting slave because he has to, in order to keep that, it's like a drug. You have to go back and get a drug. You have to pay money for a drug. He has to keep doing these lifts forever because it's based on androgen receptor strength. That's why he keeps doing them forever. Wouldn't you want to do them once and never have to do them again? And every time you come in, you can do the exact same heavy weight? Yeah. So you focus on building myofibrillars, more muscle, your natural strength, so that when you do come back, you can squat 500 without practicing. Get it? You'll be strong. You understand? You'll be strong. You'll actually be physically stronger than anybody out there. Even this doofus.
That's the problem. People really think that you're going to put 5 pounds, and that's on a big lift, let alone your smaller movements. I mean, realistically, does anyone think that they're going to add weight to the bar every 2 or 3 weeks?
I don't want to add any weight to the bar. I want to add myofibrillars to the muscle. New myofibrillars, so I don't have to add any fucking weight. The weight will feel lighter because I got more muscle. Get it? Yeah, I'm more of everything when I get these new muscles.
After they've been training a couple years to any exercise?
Training a couple years, there you go. Training for a couple years or building muscle for a couple years. Which one would you rather do? Train a lift to be good at lifting this weight for a couple of years, or would you rather build a lot of muscle naturally so that you could be good automatically at doing it so you don't have to practice?
That's evidence of muscle growth. And what people
This is stupidity at its best. This guy body looks old body there.
need to understand is that's going to happen by default. Your ability to do that's going to just go up automatically. We accept that slow progress happens. Okay? If there's a general...
No, you accept slow progress. I built muscle very fast. I went up to 285 and it was fast. Buffet and fucking busting muscles, injuring muscles, and that's it, and buffet every day. Get it, bro? Once a week, bust, and eat buffet the whole week, and grow those muscles like a motherfucker.
upward
I
trend.
ain't gotta go to the gym, I gotta lift this weight and everything because I'm a slave. I have no money to eat, so I have to lift. I have to be good at lifting heavy weight, and then eating a slave diet on top of it, garbage food at home. You're crazy, man. You're sick.
You're gaining muscle, no matter how small.
You ain't gaining muscle. Reach an MND size limit when you first came into the gym. That progenitor's not donating any extra nuclei to that domain until you fucking injure it. And if you ain't injuring it, that progenitor ain't donating fuck all to that domain.
But people jump into this, and I get this with clients sometimes. Like I haven't been able to
Oh, people jump into this. This more garbage.
add any weight.
Christ, look at this lifting slave.
They make any more
Oh,
progress.
it's sad that this is a mental illness, I think.
Real close to failure. You know you're working 5 reps in the tank on every set. For a moment. If you've been lifting weights for 4 years already, training actually decently and correctly, do you honestly think you are ever going to put on 5 full pounds of muscle in a year?
There you go. He's just telling you. You think you've been lifting for 4 years? You think you're going to build 5 pounds of muscle in a year? 5 pounds of muscle in a year? What kind of muscle? Sarcoplasmic or myofibrillar?
Completely clean? Do you really think that's going to happen? How big would people be if they could do that? My God.
How big would people be if they could do that? I did it. I was like 285. I don't know. It depends. It's not easy. To build muscle, you have to injure it. That's why you're not building any muscle. You're not building it anywhere because muscles have to be injured and nobody's injuring any muscles. Get it? To build muscle, you have to injure it, like it says there in the satellite cell.
Maybe monsters. If you could put...
That's what I said too. I said if you were to lift a box every day in the factory and you kept building muscle, you kept growing muscles, yeah, you'd fucking commit suicide and die. You'd be a monster. But if you were to injure these muscles every time, damage them in a gym, if you were to damage muscles in a gym every time you came in there, I guarantee you, you get rhabdo and fucking die in a stupor. That's why your body's protected. It protects from muscle damage. So you can't build myofibrillar growth anymore because it's protected because you're a chronic lifter. And you get these sarcoplasmic muscles though. You can build the phony ones with glycogen.
5 pounds of muscle on every year after you finish your new gains.
Hell, look at Dr. Tony Huge and everybody. They're telling you you're gaining 20 pounds. Look at Larry Wheels, 53 pounds at the Golden Griddle in 5 days. So what are you talking about, Blaha? He gained 53 pounds of muscle. You see, go to his channel, Larry Wheels, okay?
Start thinking about that. What is that plotted over about 6 years? That's 30 pounds of muscle.
30 pounds of muscle over 6 years. I'd rather die than wait 6 years to get 30 pounds of muscle.
Anyone actually think that's realistic? That you're going to...
Man, Prophet Fear hasn't gained a pound in the last 6-7 years since he's been lifting on his channel, okay? In 6 years, he's got zero gains. And everybody else out there that I did videos on them, 0 gains, okay?
Finish out your new, assuming you're not really tall. Like,
even you have 0 gains, Blaha. You have 0 gains. You're on newbie. Look at you. You've got newbie gains still. You've got newbie gains. You've never changed. People have showed your pictures, your photos, old, new, this, that. You've been a little bit fatter, chubbier, but you have never gained anything. You never built any muscle. Look how old you look. You've aged. You're an old man.
tall guys can put more total muscle on. Assuming...
Tall guys could put on more total muscle. Yeah, of course they can. What the fuck, they got a bigger frame. Just got to eat more.
You're not tall. You finish your new games. You trained really hard for a couple years. You milked out them new gains. You think you're ever going to put on another 30 pounds of muscle beyond that?
You got those new gains. Yeah, you got those new gains. It's called, I showed you, it's a nuclei overload, man. The unaccustomed satellite cell fusion and hypertrophy reaches an MND size limit. Yeah, you could if you injure these muscles. Like I said, when it comes to myofibrillar growth, it's associated with periodic lifting, and chronic lifting is associated with sarcoplasmic lifting because you're an endurance athlete. He's endurance, okay? It's a chronic lifter.
After you've already got a size base, you really think that's going to happen? Especially in, say, 6 years? No.
Whatever.
For a lot of your lifts, that's, 5-6 pounds added for your rep work. A pound of muscle. Like if your bench sets and your pull-ups go up all by 5 pounds in that time, and say some of your lower body lifts like your squatting goes up 10, that's about right for a pound, maybe a little more of muscle growth.
Now, all of you reached an MND size limit. The problem is you just don't know how to get over it.
So how fast should you be progressing? Are you really think you're going to put 5 pounds on all these lifts every 3 or 4 weeks? You really think that's going to happen?
Again, he's so concerned about the lifts. He's not concerned about really building real muscle. But then again, he talks about it, but he's yo-yoing back and forth.
And if you might do that in a few weeks, and that's reasonable. But people need to be realistic about that. You're not stalled. It's just that's how long it takes to grow muscle tissue.
No, you hit an MND size limit. That's what happened.
It's normal.
It's normal. Whoa, help me. You're all doomed, man. I'll see you in the next one. Tell us what you think about that. Like, subscribe, comment down below. Helps with the algorithm. I'll see you in the next one, broski. This is just more bullshit.